Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back again talking about how the Harry Potter reboot casting choices are now verified. This was of course actually sent out in an email as part of the Harry Potter fan club. I actually saw this in my email just today. And we have casts for Lithgow as Dumbledore and Aiseidu as Snape, which is obviously a race swap for Professor Snape that has been described multiple times as being of pale skin or hollow skin, I believe, something of that nature, but he is fully described as being a white dude, and of course they're going to, tokenize a character that's already been established in the Harry Potter universe, which, of course, it all comes down really to J.K. Rowling herself, which she is an absolute leftist, so I'm sure she will approve of this casting anyway, so, because it all comes down to her choice. She is the executive producer on said Harry Potter series, and we're going to talk about why this is dumb. So, get into this article here from that Park Place. Harry Potter reboot casting choices verified, including Lithgow as Dumbledore and Aiseidu as Snape, igniting online reaction. There is a ton of pressure facing the creators of the Harry Potter reboot series on HBO. The continuation of the property's relevance likely lies in their hands, and Universal Studios alone has billions invested in the idea that the property will remain abundantly popular. New casting choices released today by Variety are certainly interesting. From Lithgow to Aiseidu, there are big risk/reward chances being taken. And Alan Rickman was awesome as Severus Snape, by the way. HBO has officially unveiled the first wave of casting for its highly anticipated Harry Potter television series, the whole reboot that's happening for HBO Max, marking a significant step forward in the franchise's expansion into long-form storytelling. Now, the crazy thing is that they said it would stick more closely to the books, and yet they have a race swap that makes absolutely no sense to that statement. The series, described as a faithful adaptation, so there you go, of J.K. Rowling's 7-book saga, is set to premiere in 2026 on HBO and will stream globally on Max. Leading the ensemble is Emmy and Tony Award winner John Lithgow, who will portray Albus Dumbledore. Lithgow acknowledged the challenge of stepping into the role, stating that he would work with a dialect coach to adopt a British accent, maintaining the series' tradition of a predominantly British cast. Joining him is two-time Oscar nominee Jeanette McTeer as Professor Minerva McGonagall. McTeer's extensive stage and screen experience is expected to bring depth to the character. Now, it's crazy that most of the people that were actually cast look very similar to the original people that were cast in these roles, except for one obvious choice. Papa Aiseidu, acclaimed for his roles in I May Destroy You and Gangs of London, has been cast as a Severus Snape. Aiseidu is an interesting pick for a number of obvious reasons. One which might be looked over is his age. At 34 years of age, Aiseidu also perhaps looks younger than his age, combined with the other factors of the choice, and one wonders how audiences will react. Nick Frost, known for his work in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, will take on the role of Rubeus Hagrid, which I think is a decent choice, honestly. Frost's casting brings a new dynamic to the beloved half-giant gamekeeper. Additional cast members include Luke Thalon as Professor Cornelius Quirrell and Paul Whitehouse as Argus Filch. Thalon, a rising star in British theatre, recently portrayed Hamlet for the Royal Shakespeare Company, while Whitehouse is a 5-time BAFTA winner known for his work in British comedy. The series is helmed by showrunner Francesca Gardner and director Mark Mylod, both serving as executive producers. J.K. Rowling returns also as an executive producer, which a lot of people were not very happy with the owner of the IP working on her own IP, which is absolutely silly. Alongside Neil Blair, Ruth Kenley-Letts, and David Heyman, the latter having produced the original film series. Filming is scheduled to commence in the summer of 2025 at Warner Bros. Studios' Leavesden Den in the UK. The production aims to adapt each of the 7 books into individual seasons, allowing for a more comprehensive exploration of the source material. Now, obviously, reading the books will always be better than watching it on a series or watching movies, because you can use your imagination and you have more depth in the actual words on paper. An open casting call for the roles of Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley were held in late 2024, with over 30,000 submissions from children across the UK and Ireland. Casting decisions for these iconic roles have yet to be announced. This television adaptation represents a significant evolution in the Harry Potter franchise, offering an opportunity to delve deeper into the narrative and character development than was possible in the original films. With a blend of esteemed talent and fresh faces, the series aims to captivate both longtime fans and new audiences alike. Obviously, you're going to have a bunch of people like myself that are going to say this makes absolutely no sense as to why they would just race swap a character, because obviously they just want to give the black people the sloppy seconds of the white guy, rather than creating a brand new character or using him, to play another role of a black character that's already in Harry Potter. As anticipation builds, the casting announcements have sparked discussions among fans, particularly regarding the reinterpretation of beloved characters. For everyone involved, the hope is that they can make audiences happy. None of the invested parties want to see a Star Wars type of collapse for Harry Potter. So, as you can see, we're going to be showing a short clip of a friend of the channel, Kata, aka Khalil Too Short. I'll link his channel below in the description. Great channel. Goes into huge depth as to why this whole race swap stuff is absolutely stupid. And you'll understand what I mean when I say even people who are black will sit there and tell you why this is stupid for the same reason that I will say this is stupid. It's interesting, you'll hear people talk about how everyone has, regurgitating opinions and everyone just has an echo chamber and everyone just agrees with each other. It's like people out there can't simply understand that you can easily all have a similar opinion about a certain topic, but it's crazy to me how there's people will sit there and say you're just echoing what somebody else is saying. So Cato goes on to say the Harry Potter show is another IP thrown on the altar of identity politics. It also confirms they don't think black characters are good enough to put the work in, so they'll just give you a lazy race swap instead. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
Well, it's official. They did it. We have Black Snape now. The first time this news came out, I was kind of angry because I'm like, wow, you're doing the same thing again. But now I'm not even angry. I'm just over it, to be honest with you. All they're doing is reconfirming everything I've thought about all these race swaps and how they feel about black people. They don't see legitimacy in black characters or original black characters. That's why they take things that are already established and then throw a black skin on it for cheap representation points. Because if they cared about black characters, he would be Kingsley. Or if they wanted to make an original black character, they could have went the route of The Walking Dead with Daryl and then worked on the character to make them good.
Now, for people that don't know, Daryl was never a character in the comics of The Walking Dead. It was actually a character created for The Walking Dead TV show. Daryl was never a character in the comic books. He was established in the TV show, and everybody seemed to love him. He was an original character that was created, and he became a well-liked character well into each season of The Walking Dead.
But instead, we got this cheap, out-of-place virtue signal. And all the black people that were going to watch the show are going to laugh at this. And then all the ones that weren't going to watch the show are also going to laugh at this. So all you did was say, hey, here you go. Want this? And they're going to say no. And that's it. You've thrown the show away for cheap, hollow virtue signal points. Again, it's the same thing over and over and over again with every single property. And I'm tired. Everyone is tired. They don't want this. The actor is now going to face backlash, harassment, racism, all kind of things because you wanted to race swap a character that's established in lore as something else. So congratulations. And to the actor, yeah, you better have some tough skin because they're going to f you up, man.
Well, there you go. You heard it directly from a person who is black. It's crazy to me even people that are black don't like this stuff. And it's crazy how even someone as tough-skinned as Kata will continue to also receive these comments that he should not be receiving simply because he goes against the narrative of, yeah, I don't like everything that's just handed to me like he said in the video. There will be people that will obviously call him all types of slurs, as they already have been. It's never going to change. It's a very weird thing that having a different opinion over something like a race-swapped character somehow gets you called all these names you shouldn't be getting called. But at the end of the day, it is J.K. Rowling's show. It is going to be a thing that, she's just going to make these weird changes because she wants to appeal to people that clearly don't like her, even though I don't understand why she has FU money, and yet she still feels the need to appeal to people who just want to see all their favorite properties changed to something that it's not. So thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button, comment below how you feel about all this. Are you going to be watching this TV show? Do you like the casting choices of the characters that they have assigned these people? Subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all, that way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video, go live on the channel, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.